Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is the fourth and last part of Tsukimonogatari, and you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear me out about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, this episode had so much content, so much information in it. I really had to recheck some scenes because I'm pretty sure you were aware that there might have been some things where I didn't seem to realize what happened, but I thought them out. So I searched for those, especially this one here, which is why I put it in front. Because it is going into the direction which we discussed already about, that there is someone staging all of this. Someone is like a puppet master here, using everyone for his or her very own causes. And I find it interesting that Ononoki, while they walk up the mountain, put this into a sentence, which is here, that the girl they just met, that's in the screen before, is the mastermind and final boss troubling you that requested Tadatsuru to exterminate operations. So Ononoki already stated, in her opinion, and I kind of believe the same, that Ugi is the one that made all of this here happen. And we have later on Tadatsuru himself saying he feels like he is used, like he's put in place. Why am I here? All of this. But I will discuss this a little bit later. So just that you're aware, this is, in my opinion, the major thing of this episode. But we will see. I wrote down like the double amount of what I normally do, but I tried to keep it short. They brought back Oshinomeme in the play. Not himself in person yet, but he was mentioned multiple times in this episode. So his importance is still very valid, and I'm still waiting for him to return. They brought in his sentence that people can't save people, you have to save yourself. And that is true, you can help people, but then they will again and again fall back on you and need your help, unless you teach them to care for themselves. And that is what Oshino did for Aragi. He brought him on the way, on the path, and now Aragi is more or neither capable of handling himself, which is a good thing. He has grown, he has matured. Then we had Ogi in the talk, which I waited for. And she starts off strong. I mean, this sentence, I think you are someone I can twist around, is brutally honest. I mean, someone telling you, I think you would be good as a puppet. I think I can use you for whatever I like, is something you don't say to others normally, but she's brutally honest here. And it takes a while until Aragi realizes that she is aware of more than just the normal world, that she is someone who's aware of the supernatural world, of the aberrations and so on and so forth. But once he does, I think he catched on pretty fast that she is trying to manipulate him. And what he did, and I really liked that, is he just turns and leaves. When he realizes, okay, this discussion, this talk, I cannot win, out of whatever reasons, he just leaves. In the past, and that's right, he would have gone crazy and tried to understand what's going on, and he just leaves. I like that. She puts it in words as well, the fact that he matured out of his experiences, although he disagrees on if it is a nice way to mature due to negative stuff, but still. And while all of this is happening in the background, Ononoki is building the snowman, which is a reminder of the last episode. And I kind of asked myself if she was trying to lure out Shinobu by building those snowmans, like telling her, hey, I'm waiting for you. But no, Shinobu did not appear. I'm not sure if there was like a message out of the fact that the snowmen were gone in the end when Aragi left, if that was meant to mean something. If so, then it slipped my mind. I don't see a deeper meaning there, but it could be, you know. I mean, we had it in the past episodes and seasons. there can be, or not only can be, there are so many additional meanings in sometimes even slight pictures that it is problematic to catch them all. We got informed that Tadatsuru is specializing in killing apparitions that are more dead than living. And as Tadatsuru later on states himself, due to that, he is like the perfect counterpart for Aragi. He is his nemesis. He is his kryptonite, you know? He would be possibly best fitted to kill Aragi and kill, if anyone could do it, possibly Heart on the Blade, Shinobu. So it brings in this point of someone casted him to be there, as he states later on. And it brings in the point, why did he never before pop up? Why does he appear now and is gone instantly? So someone put him in this place. Someone possibly, he didn't tell about it, but possibly gave him like hints or lured him to this position. On the way up to the shrine, we had this discussion about Ononoki, and I like that because it has some deep philosophical meaning as well. Again, the question who is allowed to choose about Ononoki. So she was created, and that's something new, by people we know. She is not a natural aberration, as it seems. She was created by Tadatsuru, by I think also Shinomeme as well, Kaiki and Gaen. So they made it like a summer project, interesting one, and in the end it was, who is she going to be following? So, which is a two-sided sword. On the one hand, you can benefit from her abilities and powers. On the other hand, you're responsible for her as well, and that might be a problem. So in the end, she went with names and me. Sorry, because I just forgot her. Kagenui, Izuru Kagenui, who created her as well. Tadatsuru wanted her, which is very fitting. I mean, if he's like, he seems to like unliving stuff in a very weird way. You know, he wants to exterminate all of it. On the other hand, he's folding papers, which is not really living into a lifelike being. And then he wants her, so it's kind of fitting. She would have wanted Oshinomeme, which is interesting, because in the end she decided to go with Kagenui. Does that mean that she chose Oshinomeme and he denied? Or did she not choose him, although she wanted? Then the question is, why did she not choose him? Was she aware that possibly he wouldn't agree, or there's background. So she went with Kagenui, and she offers the option to Aragi that he could trade her for the three girls. So, I mean, she gives him, it's not like she said, I agree. It is like, it is your decision to make because I am just a doll. And this is where it gets philosophical, because is she just a doll? No, she is living. She is self-aware. So there's the question, can you decide something like that? And he denies, which I like. It shows that he is a good person, you know? You don't trade someone in. That's just not correct. She offers the other option to kill him, which he denies as well, because, as always, he wants to go through stuff with less bloodshed, if possible. And having not even seen Tadatsuru before, how can you go in with, like, before he sees us, you kill him? You give him no chance. So that's the thing. So once again, it shows that Aragi is a good guy. That she, however, does it in the end is her decision. It's not the one of Aragi. Okay, yeah. We then had the scene with the skirt. Well, I'm not sure about that. I really don't know if there's more to it than just the creepiness of Aragi. I really don't know. He seemed to be, when she later on tells him that she feels shame, He lets go instantly. So when she requests it, because she's ashamed, in this moment, I think she changes from a, which is weird because we just discussed it, from a person without the right to request, if you know what I mean, to someone who is self-aware and feels shame, so I shouldn't do it moment. But then this is like, didn't we have that before with the I will trade you in moment, you know? I'm not sure, as I said, this skirt thing, I'm not sure what it was meant for. We had the picture of the labyrinth from the top, where he was watching under her skirt all the time, and I was like, if they would go through a labyrinth now with distractions, you know, like effects that try to keep him distracted and lure him into wrong ways, then looking under her skirt would be a great idea to make sure he's not distracted, because he's completely focused on something else. Then it would make sense. But this way, I don't know exactly what this was for. Maybe you can enlighten me there. They finally arrived. They watched him fold the origamis, and yeah, so it's a counting time thing. He, in very many means, Tadatsuru, I mean, was weird. Let's see if I can have a picture of him. There we are. Yeah. So, because he, in many ways, he really doesn't seem living, if you know what I mean. He's very, there's not much color here. He's this blue grayish, a bit too much light, but only him, like he's glowing a little bit. He's sitting on this box. There's this like energy flowing around him. So in many ways, he feels to me like he's not really a living being anymore. Like he's already a ghost himself, which would fit into this undead thing again that he has going. So we haven't learned in this episode, but maybe in the future we will have one or two talks about him. Someone will mention something. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be somewhere on the middle between living and dead, or had been at this moment, and that's why he looks so weird. Or they just wanted to make him look like that. I can only guess. He informed us about, which is interesting, the curse that he and Kagenu have, that they're not allowed to touch the ground anymore. So they, when they were learning in the past, they trampled on someone's feet, I might say, and got cursed due to that, and can't touch the ground, which is a very interesting kind of curse. That is, yeah, I like that. That's a new one. Maybe we will learn about this curse a bit more in the future. He is incredibly self-aware, self-reflecting. So he was sitting there and waiting. And while he was doing this, I guess, he realized, talking about him here, that he's being used. Someone put him there. Someone made him go there. Someone made him confront Aragi, and he's becoming aware of this. And I think this is a major thing here. He's not willing to play by this rule. He has, and there's only one option in his opinion, and this is, thus, he is the person who would have to face Aragi, who would stop him and kill him. He can only say either I completely change who I am, but I can't, because that is me, or I pull the last string. I say goodbye to life. I take the way out, which in this way, by the way, does Ononoki for him. So, there are multiple things on the Ononoki kills Tadatsuru. Yes, it was her decision, but for this, she didn't decide it completely on her own. He allowed her. He invited her. So he was aware that she is there. He even requested like a last wish, the poised look statement, because he liked that. He got his life ended by someone that he kind of likes, I guess. And he chose to accept it. Because I'm pretty sure if he would have wanted, he could have at least evaded the attack, being aware of her. So it's not completely to blame on Ononoki. she was aware of this fact as well. So she was going there and realized that he agreed and kind of invited her to kill him because this was his way out. I don't know enough about him to see how important it was to him, but he made in his statement pretty clear it is either denying who he is or leaving now. And by leaving I mean dying, or at least being pushed unconscious, something like that. So thus he is agreeing to this last step. It had to have been incredibly important. So much about the killing. As I said, it was the decision of those two. Ononoki stated she could have made him unconscious, but she decided to go with the ultimate power, with completely destroying him instantly, which is harsh, but it makes sure he doesn't suffer, because if she would have gone in with less, he might have had suffered, and possibly would have been still caught in this strange game that is going on here, and he decided to leave this game. She states that she is a monster. I'm not sure about that, because before that, when she had the discussion with Araragi, and Araragi said, I will not allow you to kill him, or will not order you to kill him, that's it, because that would turn you into a monster. She very clearly stated something, and I agree there. Humans kill humans as well, and they are still humans. They are not monsters. So we might not like it, but someone who kills someone else, we can't say everyone who kills is a monster, because by doing so, we would say they're no longer human, and we don't have to give them the rights of humans, and we would never do it because we're humans. It is a part of human nature, sad as it is, that we, the human race, kill each other. For whatever reasons. That's an endless discussion. What are good or bad reasons for killing? Seriously. Better not go there. So, when she later on kills Tadatsuru, that hasn't changed. She states, I'm a monster now, so she takes his argument, but her counter-argument from the beginning still is valid. No, you're not. You killed him, yes, but you're not a monster. And in my opinion, I think she might have done it to, as strange as it may sound, help him. She was kind of forced to do. We learn later on, because Kagenui stated when they meet that she does not like power jobs. I think this is a description for something like that. You know, go in and destroy, kill, whatever. So I think Ononoki was already sent there with the knowledge that she will possibly have to kill him. And I guess it's not the first, at least, being that she killed. She killed aberrations in the past. So she knew that. And I asked myself if, as I said, I think she did it for him, not against him. I asked myself if by the statement that she's a monster by doing this, she tries to tell it to herself, or if she's telling it to Araragi. I'm not sure there. In the meaning of, she wants to lift a burden to make it easier for someone. She still is who she is and what she is. And that's not ultimately a monster. I don't think so. But before that happened, Tadatsuru made some valid points. Very important informations, in my opinion. So he made, hopefully, Araragi aware of the fact that he is used. And by he is used, I mean both of them are used. Araragi is there because he has no choice. He has to go there to save the three girls, who were abducted because Tadatsuru was kind of forced there to play his role. So someone is using them. Tadatsuru went out of this, but is aware that Araragi is still in afterwards. And so he gives him valid informations. He gives him help for the future by saying, someone is using us, both. He does it very cryptically, but he does. And he says, if there is someone who can mediate this, who can give you a neutral view on it, who is outside of the game possibly, then it is Oshino Meme. So he has a solution there. As I said, really good episode, a lot in it. With the information from before, as I mentioned, the last picture I had in here, it might be Oogie, it's very likely it is her. Reasons, well, we will learn, I guess. Yeah, and that's the information he gave, so important one. And then we kind of ended this arc and had a little afterglow. We met Senjugahara again. I really liked that because she was extremely relaxed. She looked and felt very honest, relaxed, emotional, positive, you know. The surprise with the chocolate, her, in my opinion, honest joy about that he likes it. So she's not searching for double standards. She's not searching for what does he mean by saying. She just believes what he says. So you can see this relationship is a good one right now. She listens to him what he says. Him, that was an important one as well. He states, I haven't talked to Hanakawa yet because I haven't talked to you. So he put some prioritization there. He's talking first to Senjugahara, then second Hanakawa. Unless she would walk over his way, you know. So there we get slightly the fact that who is in a relationship with me, I think. And she clearly requested what she wanted. Let's just keep it that way. You know which situation I mean. And then we are back at the Aragi household, and we have Ononoki there again, who, when leaving, stated that she thinks someone tried to put like a stopper between Aragi and Ononoki by making him see how she kills. So the question is, was all of this staged? The meeting of those two to make sure that Aragi does not trust or does not like Ononoki. Is this the main reason? Because if so, you might question why. Is whoever it is staging afraid of Ononoki, or does he not like, she not like that those two work together because they may be too powerful together? It's a valid option. It might be. And by now putting Ononoki under the wings of Aragi, saying she will stay with him for a little while, as Gaen and Kaginui did, according to Ononoki, we don't know from themselves, would be a clever move then. Unless, and here we are again with the problems, the other side expected that as well. Because then it's getting complicated. Because if you know what the other one will do because he thinks you know what you want, then you are in an endless spiral. Who thinks further than the other? So, two options, both valid. Either they found a good solution now with those two together, and by doing so may end up finding out and countering whatever the other side wants, guessing it's not a positive thing. Or maybe you're just playing into the hand of the other side because that's what the other side wanted. Those two work even more together. As I said, I can only guess here. However, it was a nice ending. As I said, welcome to the Aragi household, Tononoki. That will be entertaining, I guess. She won the puppet, yeah, sure. And many of you stated because it is mainly about Ogi when I guess about the other side. And you all said always, Ogi is Ogi, and that's it, you know? What should I say to that? It means at the moment still nothing to me, but it is interesting to see that there are two sides, and now we've changed from the Aragi-sided view in the first season, and that he experiences the world, and then it's him and the other side. Now we change to two players in a game, and Aragi is just an important but one pawn in the game, which is used and things evolve around him. And it's interesting to see this kind of concept as well. I like it. I really do. So, good episode, really good ending. A lot of informations, a lot to think about and to reflect. And I look forward to the next times. So, I will see you there. And until then, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.